Okay, so in this first tutorial, I'd like to just go over how to bring all of your pictures into Photoshop. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, obviously, like you keep mentioning, is to, once you send them to yourself, organize them, and I would really label them clearly, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll see why. I haven't really quite figured out a way to stack them so they come in exactly the way that you want. So you might need to move some of your layers around. So what you're going to do is go to File. I'm sorry. You're going to go to File in Photoshop. You're going to go to Scripts. After Scripts, you're going to go to Load Files into Stack. So when you click on that, it brings you to this tab. You're going to browse your files. So you're going to go to Browse. And I'm going to use my Into the Woods movie. So you can see that I already labeled each layer or photo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 20. So what I'm going to do is highlight 1, hold my Shift key down, and highlight number 19, and that will select all of them. And hit Open. So you can see it organizes it not correctly. I'm going to hit OK. And you could try different ways. Whatever way you try, for some reason I've found that it just does not organize them the way that they should. That's why it's important to make sure you label them correctly. You could look it up if you wanted to. I've tried to look up ways to do this, but I haven't really quite figured it out. But then, you know, if you have it organized, it'll be a lot easier to work with your layers. So in order to have them go from the first file to the last file, or first photo to the last photo, in order, you want your first layer to be at the bottom. So see, mine are all messed up. So I want 1 to be here, and then I want 2, 3. So I'm just going to move around these manually. Kind of seems like a pain, but it's not really terrible. It's kind of easy once you start. If you have them pretty organized. 11, 12, 13. You could also bring in a few at a time and do a few at a time. So like maybe you're not going to browse and bring all of them in. Maybe you're going to bring in like 5 at a time. Just make sure it makes sense. Now I've got, you know, 1 through 19 all in order. So now if I go to Window Timeline, I want to create a frame animation. So I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to go to the tab at the right and go Make from Frame from Layers. And I can hit play, and it will clearly play my animation. I can obviously change the seconds. I can make it pause on certain frames. I can have it repeat, right? So there are many different options here to work with. The next tutorial I'm going to go over is going to be about effects. So let's say I wanted to put an effect on some of my layers. How would I do this?